Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to highlight an absolutely awesome free game offering that is going on right now. Yes, it is through the Epic Game Store, but it's such a great game that's valued reasonably highly, so I would highly recommend you to take up on it. Also, we have details on the next free game offering that'll be available on April 18th, and it's yet again another very good game, so I'll highlight that. Also, for those of you that signed up for a Halo Insider to get into the Master Chief Collection flighting, check your email. Emails are being sent out, and I did want to highlight what the email from 343 said. And lastly, I want to give you guys a heads up on some absolutely awesome PC hardware deals that are going on right now. A phenomenal deal on an RX 580, an 8GB model, as well as a great 1440p monitor. So we'll cover those at the end of this video. I know I've been slacking on the hardware deals, but I got you guys in this video. First up, the free game coming at you guys from the Epic Game Store is The Witness. This is Jonathan Blow's game, and if you don't know who Jonathan Blow is, he's the guy that also did Braid. Braid was a really great game. The Witness, I don't think, is quite as iconic as Braid. Braid is a game that people will still talk about today. The Witness is a very good game. However, it's an open world exploration puzzle game, and it's got some very good puzzles and well-designed puzzles, and you can really play the game at your own pace. And I like the variety of the different design choices that they made here. You wake up alone on a strange island full of puzzles that will challenge and surprise you. You don't remember who you are, and you don't remember how you got there. But there's one thing you can do. Explore the island in the hope of discovering clues, regaining your memory, and somehow finding your way home. The Witness is a single-player game in an open world with dozens of locations to explore and over 500 puzzles. This game respects you as an intelligent player and treats your time as precious. There's no filler. Each of those puzzles brings its own new idea into the mix, so this is a game full of ideas. The game is relatively easy to run. However, there is a large discrepancy between the minimum requirements and the recommended requirements, possibly the biggest variance that I've ever seen. Minimum has an Intel HD 4000 as its minimum graphics requirement, then recommended is a GeForce GTX 780. Quite a big difference, but nonetheless, The Witness, a very good game, and it does typically go for $39.99. Now, I would never recommend you to pay $40 for this game. I believe it's been a part of Humble Monthly before, but nonetheless, it's a compelling puzzle game with a great art style, great gameplay, great design choices, and a litany and a variety of different puzzles for you to tackle. So for free on the Epic Game Store, that is phenomenal, so I would definitely take advantage of that. Also, we have been detailed on what the next free game offering will be, and it's one of my favorite games of this generation, and that is Supergiant Games' second title in Transistor. Transistor is another game that often goes on sale, typically goes for $19.99, but you'll see it for around $5 to $7 at times. It's a sci-fi themed action RPG, again coming from Supergiant Games, and if you don't know who they are, their first game was Bastion, and their game after Transistor was Pyre. Transistor was the middle game, and it is a great game. It's a sci-fi themed action RPG that invites you to wield an extraordinary weapon of unknown origin as you fight through a stunning futuristic city. The game was received incredibly well, 83 on Metacritic, 100 plus industry accolades is what they tout, and the game has a super positive reception over on Steam based on the 20,000 user reviews, 94% positive. I'll talk more about that game as we head closer into April 18th and when it's actually available. The Witness, on the other hand, going back to that for a second, very positive reception on Steam based on 6,099 user reviews and a very good 87 on Metacritic. Again, that game goes for $40 free right now. Transistor will be free in 2 weeks. As much as everyone gives flack on the Epic Game Store, myself included, again, I've always stated that this is an issue that is black and white. There's a lot of good things that the Epic Game Store is doing, from giving a lot of smaller studios a lot of funds to actually focus on game development to offering the consumer free games. I don't really know how you can complain about that. A lot of you guys already have EGS downloaded to play Fortnite. If you can check out The Witness as well for free, hey, I would give that a download. I know a lot of you guys have been taking advantage of all the free game offerings, and the free game offerings have been rather good, and The Witness is arguably their best free game yet, so go check that out. Transistor, April 18th. Moving on from that, I told you guys to sign up for the Halo Insider program, so you might have a chance to get into the Master Chief Collection flight test that'll be kicking off with Halo Reach. And now it seems as if emails are being sent out over on the subreddit r/Halo. Somebody posted an email they got. I personally did not get this email yet, however, a couple of my friends did. So check your email, you may have gotten it as well. It says, "Welcome aboard. Last month we launched the Halo Insider program and we're blown away by the incredible outpouring of interest and support from across the community. Thank you for partnering with us. We help shape the future of the Halo franchise. Flight ready. The initial Insider flight will focus on Halo Reach. These PC and Xbox One flights are targeted to kick off in a matter of weeks. Before we begin, we wanted to provide some additional background and help manage expectations. Flights are in development slices or builds of the game designed to test certain features and accomplish specific goals on the road to the large-scale retail release. While the team always strives to get the best possible experience out the door, the very nature of flighting means these builds will contain bugs, some known, some not, and incomplete feature sets. In general, flights will start small and expand over time. This helps the team ensure that the build holds up and offers a worthwhile hands-on experience for those participating. However, this means not all Halo insiders will be selected to participate in every flight. We know everyone is extremely eager and excited to jump in and get a hands-on. Please be patient and know we are grateful for your support, and we'll do our best as to get as many insiders into flights as we can over time. So I noted this from the get-go. Just because you signed up to the insider program, unfortunately, that does not mean you are guaranteed to flight test Halo Reach. And based on the wording of this statement, it seems like after flight test, I may have been a little bit incorrect, and a lot of us may have been. A lot of us were expecting that after flight test, the game would be pretty much ready to go after that, maybe in a couple of weeks. But based on what they're saying that it's slices or builds of the game decided to test certain features, that makes me think it might take a little bit of a while. I still fully expect Halo Reach to be released sometime in late May or early June. I think to correlate the release of Halo Reach alongside Microsoft's E3 conference, I think that would make a lot of sense, and that would just get the general community very excited during a time period where E3 gamers are already relatively excited. But if you release Halo Reach around that time period as well, I think that will just generate even more excitement, so I think that's a pretty good idea. We'll see if they do go with that, and based on how they're selecting insiders to flight test, here's what they said. Insiders will be selected based on a number of factors to align with the specific goals and needs of flights. These may include factors like content familiarity and preferences, availability, and PC hardware specs. If selected, you will receive an email including all necessary instructions on how to obtain the game build and when, where, how to participate online during designated play sessions. Anytime a flight is about to launch, we will post all of the information in the Halo Insider Forum on HaloWaypoint.com. In general, this is a great resource to bookmark to stay up to date on the latest insider happenings, ask questions, converse with other insiders, and more. So check your email right now. If you got that email, that's probably a step in the right direction. You're in the insider program. This essentially means you've completed step 1 of getting into the flight test, and we should find out who's getting in later this month, and I'll give you guys a heads up when we start figuring out when the flight test will actually be occurring. Lastly, I want to give you guys a heads up on some phenomenal PC hardware deals that are running right now. The PowerColor Red Devil Radeon RX 580 is super cheap on Newegg right now after the promo code EMCSTYTY3. I'll leave it in the description box below. You can get the 8GB 580 for just $170, which is an insane deal. And on top of that, getting a high quality GPU like an 8GB 580 for $170 is already great. But of course, as AMD is doing right now, you get 2 free games along with your purchase. That includes the ability to pick from Tom Clancy's The Division 2, which is being received very, very well, Resident Evil 2, which is an early contender for Game of the Year, and Devil May Cry 5, which I actually thought was the best PC game of 2019 so far. Some of you guys might disagree with me on that, however, those are some phenomenal games to get alongside your RX 580, and games that can really accentuate the power of the 580, and if you value each of those games at $40, which I think is a reasonable thing to do, you're not getting The Division 2 less than $40, you're not getting RE2 less than $40, and Devil May Cry 5, you're not getting that less than $40 either. But if you value them at each at $40, $80 for 2 of them, you can kind of look at getting the GPU for $90. I know it quite doesn't work that way, but you guys get the idea. From a value standpoint, this is an incredible deal, and the 580 itself, a great 1080p GPU. If you do want to push some 1440p stuff, you can kind of teeter on that. However, I would highly recommend you to use the 580 as a 1080p GPU, and that's how you're going to get the best experience possible, but 1440p is possible. And lastly, speaking of 1440p, Newegg has also got a great deal on a 1440p Acer monitor, the V277U. A 27-inch 1440p monitor typically goes for around $280 to $300, but right now, as a part of a flash deal, it is available for $230. 75 Hz refresh rate, 4 millisecond response time, 2 HDMI inputs, a DisplayPort, built-in speakers, all that good stuff. A 1440p monitor for this cheap is quite good, so I'll leave a link to that in the description box as well. It seems like more of you guys want to get into higher resolution gaming above 1080p, and with a lot of budget and GPUs even being able to push 1440p, it's starting to become more and more accessible to most people. Again, the 580, I wouldn't say is necessarily a 1440p GPU. If you're playing lower end games, of course, it can push them at that resolution, but it is definitely going to be brought to its knees, and you're going to start having trouble at a 1440p resolution. 1080p ideal for that GPU, but nonetheless, 1440p monitors are a great buy right now, especially at prices like this. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, a great free game is available right now with The Witness. Check that out on the Epic Game Store. April 18th will also bring a free copy of Transistor. MCC emails are being sent out. Check your email. Check your spam folder as well. Might have gotten shifted into there. And again, I'll leave links for the RX 580. 170 for that is incredible. And then the Acer monitor for $230 is quite good as well. That's going to wrap up this video. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.